Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Ami Blaze Kitchen. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. And if you're a first time subscriber, you're highly welcome. Please do well to hit the subscribe button. So today we are going to be making spring roll and samosa from scratch. So firstly, we're going to start by making the samosa and spring roll wrappers. I'll be dropping the measurements in the description box. All you're going to be needing is flour, salt, and some water. That is all you need to make the dough for the spring roll and the samosa wrapper. So you want to just mix everything together. I decided to use my hands. My hands are really clean, so I use my hands to mix it very well, so I'll get a perfect and a really smooth dough. Once the dough is ready, I'm going to cover it up to sit for 10 to 15 minutes. And after that, I'm just going to flour a work surface and roll out the dough. Now, this is the secret. This is just one of the steps in making spring roll and samosa wrappers. And I love this step because it will give you a really workable spring roll and samosa wrapper. So I just rolled this and divided it into equal parts, and now we are going to be working with each of these parts. Roll it out, make sure it is flat. Some people love their wrappers to be extra thin, so you can decide to make yours extra thin, but I'm going to show you the thickness I used for mine. Okay, so you just want to use your rolling pin, roll that out very well to make sure every side of the dough have the same thickness. Yeah, we are aiming at equal thickness. So this is the same thing we are going to repeat for all the dough. Remember, we cut this into 6 parts. Yeah, so we repeated the same thing for all the dough we have cut. Thankfully, I have a circular board like this. Now let's get into it. We are going to place each of the rolled out dough on each other. So firstly, you want to flour the work surface you're using. Place the first first rolled out dough, and now you want to proceed to oil the surface. You want to oil it out generously. The oil must get to every part of the surface, and when you have oiled it, you're going to proceed to sprinkle flour. Now this step or this procedure is very important in making your spring roll and samosa wrappers, because this is what will make your dough or the wrappers to separate easily when it's done. So you want to just sprinkle some flour after you have oiled everything, and just with this you are almost done. So this is the same process you repeat for all the available dough you have. You just placed one, oil it, sprinkle some flour, and just place them on each other. Now when that's done, you want to roll everything out with your rolling pin. Now I usually take a step further, and that is making sure my dough is in a circular shape, because of course that's what we are looking for. So I use my board to carve out the excess and remove them. Yeah, you can see this is an almost perfect circle. Yeah, so we are ready to put this on heat. So into a pan, you oil your pan very well. Yes, you oil all parts of your pan and you put your dough on it carefully and on low heat. on low heat. These steps should just take you like 3 to 5 minutes. So when you start seeing those bubbles on top like that, it's time to flip over to the other side. Yeah, you can see it's already coming out easily. That is why you need to make sure you oil very well. Okay, so you can see it's almost coming out by itself. When you see this, you just flip it over, and within 3 to 5 minutes you must have done both sides of the dough and it is ready. You don't even need any extra expertise to release or separate the wrappers from each other. If you follow all the steps I have given you, you're going to have the perfect samosa and spring roll wrapper. Now, to make our samosa packets, we just have to divide it this way to make wrapping easier and to also economize the wrappers. So right now we're going to proceed to make our samosa filling. So into your pan you add your butter, saute some onion, and you also add some garlic because we want our filling to be really tasty and nice. You want to also proceed to add your minced beef. You can also use minced chicken because we have chicken samosa and beef samosa. But for this recipe, I'm using minced beef. Going with your salt, your seasoning powder, your curry powder, and your thyme powder. These are basically all you need to get a perfect samosa filling. Now we're going in with our veggies. I'm using carrots and green pepper. And at this point, the filling is ready. Now it's time for us to wrap our samosa. You want to watch closely how I wrap the samosa packets. You might not be perfect on the first try, but believe me, with time, you're going to be perfect with this. But you just have to bear in mind that we are sealing all edges with flour paste. To make your flour paste, you just add flour to water and then you've gotten your flour paste. Make sure you seal up all the edges with flour paste. So when you're frying, your samosa will not open in the hot oil. Okay, so you want to watch closely to see how I wrapped the samosa. After this, I'm wrapping another one. So just watch really closely. We are done wrapping the samosa. Now let's proceed to make our spring roll filling. All you need is your margarine. Let that to melt very well. You saute some onion and season it with thyme, curry powder, salt, and seasoning powder. You add your cabbage, your sliced cabbage, add your grated carrots and green bell peppers. So this is basically all you need to get the perfect spring roll filling. So now our spring roll filling is ready. It's now time for us to roll our spring roll. And you want to watch closely also. This is really easy. This is really easy. So watch closely to see how I rolled this up. So it's all ready to be fried. Our spring roll and samosa are ready. So we're frying our samosa first, and make sure you're frying on medium heat. So when that's done, we are going to proceed to fry our spring roll also. Now you guys, it is ready. I know this is a very easy recipe because I took my time to make sure I gave you a step-by-step breakdown on how to make samosa and spring rolls, starting from how to make the wrappers. So if you've watched up to this point, thank you so much. Give me a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribing, do well to subscribe. See you on my next one.